This is Hansen Equations Lesson 11. And what we're doing today is we are going to figure out how to solve some algebraic equations that can't really be solved by just doing our Hansen equations and removing pawns. So let's start with the equation 2x is equal to star plus 6. So I know that I need 2 pawns plus a star, or a white pawn, plus 6. So I know that we want to, our goal with any hands-on equation is to isolate the value. Isolate the value. So we need to find a way to get this white pawn on the other side of our equation. We don't want the white pawn over here with our 6. That can't do anything for us. And so to make that happen, what I'm going to do is I can add equal amounts of stuff to both sides. I could add a million things to both sides if I wanted to, but I want to add what makes sense. So let's start by adding pawns. It wouldn't make sense for me to add 2 white pawns, right? Because then I'm not really anywhere. I still have white pawns, and I still have pawns on both sides of my balancing thing. What I can do, though, when I have a white pawn on this side and 2 blue ones on this side, remember, because they're separated, I can't just take them away. I'm going to add a blue pawn to both sides. So I'm going to add a blue pawn here, and I'm going to add a blue pawn here. My balance is still balanced because I added the same amount to both. I added x to both. So my equation now would be 2x plus x, star plus 6 plus x. Now I have a blue pawn and a white pawn together, so I can just take them away. Now it's super simple. I have 3x is equal to 6. So I'm thinking what plus what plus what is equal to 6. And I know 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6. So x is equal to 2. And I know that my star is the opposite of whatever my x is, so it's going to be a negative 2. So now I've got to put it back, way back, put it back, way back. So this wasn't part of my initial equation. I had star plus 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2, 4, 6 plus a negative 2 is 4. So 4 is equal to 4. Check. This is a tough concept to get used to, so if you have any trouble with it, do not hesitate to call me over. I am always happy to help. Remember, important things. If I'm going to add something, I have to add equal amounts to both sides. I could add whatever I wanted to, but I want to add what's going to help me solve my equation. So let's do another one together. This time we're going to do 3x is equal to star plus 4. We have variables, or pawns, on both sides. So I'm going to put 3 blues here, and I'm going to put a white and a 4 over here. So remember, I can't just take it away because these two are not equal. They're opposites. I need to instead add something to both sides. I'm not going to add my white one because that's not going to be helpful to me. I'm going to add the same blue pawn to both sides. So now I have a blue, Now I have a blue and a white next to each other. So what I can do is I can just take them away. So now I have 4x is equal to 4. So I'm thinking what plus what plus what plus what is equal to 4, and I know that my x is equal to 1. So now I've got to put it back, way back, put it back, way back. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3, and then 4 plus a negative 1 is equal to 3. So my 3 is equal to 3. Check. Again, most important concept. White and blue pawns cancel each other out. If I have 2 different variables on the other side of my balance, I have to figure out creative ways to get rid of them. So if I add a blue pawn to this side, I have to add a blue pawn to this side. If I added a white pawn to this side, I would have to add a white pawn to this side. I need to keep my balance balanced. And the other thing is, I can't, always keep in mind I can't take this away. because they are opposites, they are not the exact same number. So it's not the same thing as taking both away. So let's do one more equation together, and then you will work on your own. Let's do 3x plus, 3x is equal to 2 star plus 15. So I'm going to put 3 x's over here. I am going to put 2 stars here. And I'm going to make my 15 out of a 1 and 5 cube. Alright, so again, I have 2 different variables on opposite sides of my balance, so I can't just take them away. I need to add something that will be creative and help me out. I'm going to add 2 blue pawns here, and because I added 2 on this side, I have to do it on the other. So I have a blue and white together, I can take them away. I have a blue and white together, I can take them away. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5x is equal to 15. So now I have to think about 5 times what is equal to 15. 5 times 3 is equal to 15, so x is equal to 3. And I know that my star is the opposite of whatever my x is, so star is equal to a -3. So now I've got to put it back, way back. So I have 3, 6, 9, 3 plus a -3, -3 plus -3 is -6. -6 plus 15 is 9, so 9 equals 9, check. Again, this is kind of a tough one. It gets into some really challenging algebra. Please call me over if you have any questions or any trouble with this at all.